What's up, guys? Matt Farah here with Leo the Suit. We're in the GM section of the New York Auto Show, and today we're talking about GM. It seems like June 1st is the bankruptcy or no bankruptcy day, but it's looking like bankruptcy.
It's looking like bankruptcy. Government did they graded the report card, the viability.
Yeah.
F. Fritz, the new GM CEO, is suggesting bankruptcy. They're talking about good GM and bad GM going through some managed process.
Right. So if they go bankrupt, they're going to split up the company into good GM cars and bad GM cars. So I think it should be our job to walk around the auto show and decide what are the good GM cars and bad GM cars.
I have been chomping at the bit to do this.
I know, this is going to be a good one. Stick around, it's Garage419. Chevy Malibu, good GM, bad GM.
Good GM, you need a four-door family sedan.
I actually agree. Malibu, reasonably priced.
Okay.
Good quality.
Yes.
It's a good performer.
Yes.
There is a hybrid option if you want to be a douche.
Yes.
And people are going to buy them.
Has a personality, and it sets me up for bad GM. I don't need an Impala. Just build more of these.
Yeah, I mean, Malibu is finally a car that, it may not be the most stylish car out there, but it's not something I'd call ugly.
Hey, I would argue it's more attractive than a Camry.
I think it could be more attractive than the Camry as well, and the price is right for most American families.
If you're going to be Chevrolet, you need a family sedan. This is the car.
Yeah.
Done.
Good GM. Chevy Aveo, I'm going to say bad GM.
And this is the Aveo 5. This is the new version of the Aveo. The
Does that
four-door.
mean 5-door?
No, it needs probably fifth attempt to make a small car work.
It's this car right here. Base price $12,000. This one is $17,000. It's got the vents though.
You got the vent?
This car feels so cheap on the interior. I could take off the badges and put on a little Y and think they resurrected the Yugo.
It's
Not even kidding. It's really bad. And not to mention, this is a New York Auto Show. This car is filthy inside.
You know how this is not a successful car? It's at the New York Auto Show, and no one has stolen the shift knob.
That's true. They only take the shift knobs
Of the good
off
cars.
the good cars.
Right.
Chevy Camaro, good GM, bad GM.
Bad GM.
I think good GM, but not because I like the car. I think they're going to sell a ton of them.
I think they're going to sell a few. I think Mustang is still going to lead. I think Genesis Coupe. It's bad GM for this simple reason for me.
Yeah.
GM needs to let go of the past. It's a great styling exercise, this Camaro. I want to move on.
You're just not into retro future then?
I just want them to move on. I think it's a head thing. I think that's one of the things that good GM needs to have. They need to have people
Moving
forward, yes.
Yeah. I agree with you. However, the LS series engines are good. It's a relatively inexpensive, relatively good performing, relatively good looking car that they'll probably sell a ton of.
Good GM can't afford relatively, and if I gave you the choice of a Hyundai Genesis or a Camaro to run around a track.
Would I buy one? Not in a million years. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying enough people will buy this that GM will make money. Therefore, it's good GM.
Fine. I stand by my
All right.
bad GM position.
Next. This car is not out yet.
Yep.
There are no production versions of this car. It's not being sold.
But it's not been as out as long as Camaro.
They have already badge engineered it. There's already an Opel and a Cadillac version of this car. It's not even out yet. We're trying to downsize, forget about badge engineering, and yet the brand new Halo car is being badge engineered already.
Badge engineering is what got GM in trouble.
Yeah.
You may have a point there.
Yeah. So why is it good?
To me, it's good GM for the reason that like an engine family, this Voltec technology is the future, or some part of it, and you need to commit to that.
Yes.
It's like the date or the relationship. You know, we're kind of getting pregnant here, and you can't end it now.
Well, I think the technology and the fact that they're thinking out of the box a little bit, that's good GM.
I agree.
But there's plenty of bad GM in that car. Saturn View Hybrid, good GM or bad GM?
Okay. Saturn was a great idea long ago.
Different kind of company, different kind of car.
And here's the difference. We don't need it anymore. We don't need Saturn. I don't need this thing. This is all bad GM to me.
See, I think this is the same kind of company, the same kind of car is the real problem. I think bad GM also because,
okay.
Well, you know what? I'll give it a mixed review because on the one hand, it gets 25 city, 32 highway. So listen, for something that size, it gets decent gas mileage. It does, okay? On the other hand, Saturn at this point, trim the fat, kill them, call them Chevys. Cadillac CTS-V, good GM or bad GM?
It's good GM.
Obviously, it's good GM.
Good GM.
556 horsepower, under 8 minutes around the Nürburgring. I've driven the car. It is an animal.
This is representative of GM's capacity and capability to build great cars.
Right.
God
Great
damn it.
enthusiast cars.
You're right. There are people at GM that have personality and passion for cars.
Yeah.
This car is a result of that.
Someone went out there and said, build me the best sedan you can. And this is what they came up with. And I really think, as far as sports sedans go, this is the one to have. I mean, I don't want an M5. I want this.
Well, and that's the other good thing. They paid attention to who the real competition was.
Yeah.
Cadillac was not going after Lincoln. They went after the European marques.
Yeah.
Good GM.
They've got the same seats as my Audi S4 had.
Okay.
Exactly the same seats.
Okay.
You've got the LSA V8. You've got the same shifter as the Corvette. And you've got big brakes and a track pack in a Cadillac.
Look, I don't need more models. I need more good cars. And that guy is a driver.
Yeah. He keeps it gangster, though. That's true. Good GM.
Good GM.
But the new Cadillac SRX, good GM or bad GM?
No, you answer first, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
All right, I think good GM. And
Okay.
it's because a journalist friend of mine drove a pre-production one of these and said it was as good, if not better, than the Lexus RX 350, which I hate. And the
Okay.
new Lexus RX 350 is god-awful ugly.
It is,
And this
it
is
is.
not ugly.
Okay, so here's my question to you to set up good or bad.
Yeah.
First of all, bad GM has way too many SUV crossovers, so we
Right.
have to pick which ones we keep and we go.
Right.
My second part of this is, what should a Cadillac lineup be? I mean, good GM is going to have Cadillac, right?
Yeah, good GM is going to have Cadillac
So
because they sell
what?
Cadillac.
So what should be Cadillac? Should we have this?
Cadillac should have a couple different luxury cars in set. There should be an entry-level luxury car like the CTS.
Like a
sports
3
sedan.
Series?
Yeah,
Or-
a 3
okay,
Series.
go
There
ahead.
should be a mid-size one.
Okay.
The STS that's out now is kind of
Bad GM.
But then a small SUV and a bigger SUV. The regular Escalade may not be politically correct, but it's a decent truck.
Okay, and here's what to that.
The mid-size one, this is a big improvement from the previous SRX, which was garbage.
Okay, I am parking my disdain for crossovers. I understand what you're saying here. I've got one for you. I want to X the Escalade and bring a big Cadillac sedan like the Cadillac 16.
Yeah.
Call it an Escalade. Give it a cool motor. Go to
So
town.
we're calling a sedan an Escalade now.
Yeah. Escalade to me means big, so give me a cool big thing.
All right, well, look, as long as they're selling Escalades, they're going to keep making those.
I'm abstaining a vote, but good GM wins.
My good GM vote wins. You can snooze through this one.
Yeah, we're here at
The
GMC.
GMC Sierra Hybrid, good GM or bad GM?
Bad GM. Here's the problem.
Miserable GM.
General Motors has to decide, do we need 2 truck companies or one? Is it Chevy Truck or GMC? I know there's realities of the dealers and distribution, all that stuff, but this is bad GM as a concept, as a brand. Why is it bad GM as a truck?
Well, first of all, these have been out for a year now,
Yep.
and I haven't seen a single one on the street. Not one.
Go ahead.
Okay. Second of all, if you want good fuel mileage out of a pickup truck, buy a diesel.
And I knew you were going to say that, and GM killed a great diesel that they were going to bring out
Yeah.
somehow in their cost cutting
For this.
for this.
And it's just bad GM.
Bad GM.
Bad. And
Moving on.
You know what though? It could use some more hybrid badges because I don't think you can tell it's a hybrid.
Did you get up to double digits?
No, not yet. We're at 9 on this one though.
But I love the GM corporate tape stripe that says,
it's classic.
right, okay.
Bad GM.
History has to be let go and move forward. That's the question. Should this thing be called General Motors?
You know, General Motors, it's a name that's got some brand equity built into it. So the whole company, yeah, it can stay. I don't mind keeping that name, but at the same time, like, Saturn, kill it.
Yep.
Pontiac, kill it. Hummer, please, like.
We've got Chevrolet, we've got Cadillac.
Yeah.
We're maybe going to have some boutique models.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that the General Motors name has been too damaged from this whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a great 100-year ride. Call it GM Next. They had a
Whatever.
campaign, whatever. Something else.
Keep some Chevys, keep some Cadillacs, kill the rest.
Keep the people that are willing to make decisions and not hide in the men's room or ladies' room, and have a good
I
team.
hide in the men's room, but for an entirely different reason.
I knew I was wrong to bring that up.
I'm Matt Farah. That's Leo the Suit. We're at the New York Auto Show. See you guys next time.
Let's see what happens June 1.
Next New Networks needs your vote. Your favorite shows are up for a People's Voice Award. Best Remix, Best Variety, How To and DIY, and Best Editing. Voting closes April 30th.